Hello, 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 everyone. Um, I am so happy to be on here again tonight. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. But I do want to start with a few kind of updates. First things first, if you're watching this and you're not sure on how you can get your resume reviewed, then what you will need to do is to make sure that I'm just catching up with my screen. Sorry, y'all. But what you'll need to do is to make sure that you jump on my email list because that's your way to get your email or your resume reviewed. Absolutely no cost. The only thing I'm exchanging with you is your email address. And then I will send out a monthly calendar that'll show you the resume review dates. And then what I also do is um, send you an email to say, hey, submit your resume review. So you just click that button on the email, submit your resume absolutely free. You don't even have to attend the live, but I do prefer that you attend it. I feel like we get an opportunity to answer questions that may pop up during your review. So it definitely helps you to make sure that you attend. So we're going to jump through a couple things before we dive into reviews. Y'all know it's a one-man shop back here, and I have had a super duper busy day. Nothing wrong with it though. I'm absolutely cool with being busy. So I already told you guys that if you want your resume reviewed, then you definitely want to hit the link in the description box, or you can just go to HR.com and a pop-up will come up. You can just submit there to join the email list, and then you can submit for the next round of resume reviews. Y'all, please do me a favor. I don't mind. I've noticed it a bit already. But I don't mind if you guys share emails with your family, your friends, your work bestie, your cousin, whoever may need this help and can use this help. Share these emails. If you're on the email list and you're getting them, then share it to someone so that you can bless them in some type of way and we can help them too. So sharing is caring. We ain't doing no crabs in a bucket mentality around here. So share the emails. Or the links to join the email list, but just sharing the email does that. And at the bottom of the email should be a link that says click here to opt in. Don't have those on all the emails. I'm still working on adding those in. So just be mindful that if it's not there, you can tell them go to hr.com to get it directly to them. So yeah, I am really excited. This is partly why I'm exhausted and tired. I've had some personal things going on with family being in the hospital, with my daughter being away, just a lot of things. And with her being away at the Navy boot camp and stuff like that. And so with that, I work full time. We've been going through some different things at work, but with that, I have also been working on my website. So heyhr.com has a gist of a new look. It's not really different, and it's a subtle difference. And so I want y'all to please go to heyhr.com and check it out. It's a lot more there for you guys to digest, that's for sure. Before, I feel like it was very, very simple, which wasn't a bad thing. But now I've worked on, explaining more of what I offer, how I can help you, what things you can benefit from, some more freebies. I definitely created some resources there so that I can help you learn how to become an HR professional, help you there's a whole checklist that's created for you for the certification. And I believe that the last one is if you want to increase your pay. So, and in what ways you can easily get your pay increased. So dive in and get those freebies, or at least just wait on that pop-up, or even at the bottom of each page, you can opt into the email list that way. But check out the website, because on top of all of those subtle changes that I made, I have a blog on heyhr.com. So I'm going to share my screen for just a quick second so that you guys can see what the new website looks like. And I want y'all to just, give me your honest feedback or whatever. If there's no feedback to give, then that's cool too, because I know most people don't. I'm a small business, so we'd be looking for some feedback. But I wanted to create something that works better for you. So if you feel like it works better for you, then just let me know that. If I didn't hit on what you guys needed, then let me know that too. Be like, well, to me, you did some updates, but I ain't really seeing much of what works for me. Then let me know. So just to kind of show you guys what it looks like here, and see the pop-up has already came up. How can I get past it? Okay, so this is what the new or the updated website looks like. Not necessarily new, but this is what my updated site looks like. I'm all the way down with some great quotes from amazing people who I feel have triumphed during times that I don't think I could have survived. So you guys will see that. And then there's more about me. Those are the freebies that I told you guys about. So definitely just dive in and get your free download. And then some more information about how I can help you and what you may want to know to see if this is the girl I want to work with. So obviously, instead of going through trying to find the certification notes, because I've noticed that most of my website traffic comes from folks looking for these notes, it's right here on the homepage. So you don't have to search through the website. Give out a little bit of behind the scenes. That's kind of how it's looking in here right now with my little table, my notebooks and everything. And so then I go on and tell you more about how I'm just not your average HR director. I'm not your average HR leader. And you can be yourself and work in HR too. And so that's that. If you don't want to go to the blog section, this is where you can be redirected to it. If you don't want to go up here and hit the actual blog button, then you can hit any of these to go to the blogs. And that's amazing too. Obviously, my larger products are there. The section for entrepreneurs. This is where I've been featured so far. You can literally click on each one of those to get to see the visual of what I've been doing. So if it's on TV, if it's a YouTube live, it's on a podcast or on a magazine, then you can see it there. And then these are the videos I'm most common for those of you who are not familiar with my YouTube channel. Now you guys should be, but for anyone who's new to Hey HR on YouTube, then that's that section there. But you can always go to my shop, my About Me, and work with me. And what I've done in the shop, and so y'all who are on the email list, you know that I told you, hey, grab your freebies now because we're changing the site up. And so I took all of those off just to make it more streamlined for you guys so that you're not kind of confused on where do I go, what do I do? So that page looks a little bit different. Work with me looks a tad bit different. So I streamlined that as well. And then we also have the blog section. And I'm not holding on these because we have quite a few resumes to go through. So I don't want to spend too much time on it. So I'm still working on building this blog section, but we do have 3 blogs that can start you guys off. Don't be surprised. You guys will definitely see it building over time. And there are tons of options we can get on the newsletter. So you can be a part of having your resume reviewed. So that's where we are right now. And thank you so much. You guys have overwhelmed me with the submittals today, which is a great place to be. Normally, I think the highest I've ever gotten was maybe 5 or 6 resumes to review. Y'all have a girl at 16 today. So I'm going to be speed talking. Get ready. We're going to speed talk. Y'all know I'm Geechee, so catch up. If you don't catch up and you're missing something, then do what I want anyone to do who's ever asking a question. I want you to put 2 hearts and then ask your question. So if you missed something, I talked too fast, you didn't catch the slang, through the Geechee, whatever, then I want you to put 2 hearts and then put your question. I really want to emphasize that for questions because we have so many resume reviews and it's just me in here and there's a lot going on behind the scenes that I really want to go as fast as I can. And so sometimes when I go back to catch up on the chat, it really slows us down. So there are 2 things that were kind of slowing us down. The way that you guys were submitting them. So thank you everyone for submitting it properly this time. I created a new way. You can see the Google form where you're updating it. That really helps me because I ask a lot of those questions that I ask repetitively. I ask it in that form. The second thing that's going to help me is putting those 2 purple hearts and then your question so that we can just streamline this. Y'all know practice makes perfect. But at the end of the day, I don't want us to forget that this is happy hour time. I have one more thing on this list that I didn't cover. So I really won't cover that one thing. But this is happy hour time. And for us having 16 resumes to review, I'm gonna need this. So put your drinks in the chat if y'all are making sure that I don't drink alone. Y'all know I don't like drinking alone. I feel like I need a bigger gulp. Alrighty, now we ready, we energized. There's one last thing I wanna say, and I didn't include this through my run through because I wanna make sure y'all catch it. All of those other things are kind of for folks who watch the replay, folks who are new. My oldies but goodies, I need y'all to help me. And I'm a little disappointed So I'm going to talk a little slow on this one because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, because y'all know I'm a realist. My mother definitely raised me with thick skin. So I don't want to say nothing. You'd be like, oh, she was rude. Oh, I don't like her bad. Oh, I thought I liked her, but she ain't cool no more. So let me just go ahead and say this as nice as I can. To do these free resume reviews cost me money. Hey HR is a small business. For a long time, I funded Hey HR myself. I think the law, we've gotten to the point where Hey HR funds itself, but it was a long time that my work full-time paycheck fund everything for HR. I said that to say that to do these resume reviews, one of my most expensive costs is to keep Zoom. I pay, that's my highest expense on a monthly recurring basis, actually, is my Zoom right now. And I really pondered, do I need it? And I kept it because I do like the biggest things I use it for is when a guest comes on. Where I thought, but do I really need to keep going live? Do I need to really keep bringing on guests? I want you guys to feel comfortable to hear from other professionals who look like us, act like us. And so I definitely want to keep doing that. But the biggest thing that made me say, let me keep doing these reviews, let me keep Zoom, is because I want to do these reviews. I want to help you guys get clarity, because if you can't get your resume right, it's your highest chance of not getting to an interview. Your highest chance. And with the world going to more and more technology, more and more artificial intelligence, more and more ways to narrow down these candidate pools, if you don't have this resume right, you're gonna miss it. And I want to make sure that you don't miss it, because I notice that minorities are the ones who primarily miss areas of growth. And so that's why I'm doing this. I work in the tech industry where we use technology to find these applicants all the time. And majority of these resumes that I do see, not all, but you guys would totally miss the mark. So I was like, you know what? As I'm doing the resume reviews and my client calls, I realized I really need to hit on this stronger. And so that's why I'm doing resume reviews, right? I don't charge y'all a thing. All y'all do is put your email address in there. I send y'all an email, and not just an email. If you have had a resume review, I have sent you reminders. So I've sent you like 3 or 4 emails asking, hey, do me a favor, please, please, please take 90 seconds or less to complete this review of your experience having your resume reviewed. Y'all, I have done maybe 40 resumes, I think, so far, not including the ones today. So that's gonna pop us up a whole lot, right? I literally got 1 response. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie, that hurt my feelings. I thought, I know marketing, I know sales, I know that everybody wants something in order to give something. But I thought, ain't no way I already gave them a good review from somebody who has 10 years experience in human resources, a double master's degree, the highest level HR certification, and they didn't think to just hit it and say, hey, you sucked, or hey, you did amazing. Either way works for me. Either way works for me. I can only improve if I hear back from you. If I don't hear back from you, I don't know how to improve. So you know what that tells me to do as a solopreneur who's working full-time, who absolutely wants to continue working full-time. Everybody wants to, I want to jump in entrepreneurship because then I want to quit my full-time job. That ain't where I'm at. I am literally following God's path. This is something that I feel the Lord said, listen, you got a little spark of something extra in you, and you should help your people, because nobody helped you. Even my people didn't help me. I want to be able to help you guys. Help me out. Fill out these resume reviews. I hate to go so hard, but that thing really hurt my feelings, man. I was like, you mean to tell me nobody did it? I finally got one. Thank you so much for that one. But out of doing it for 30 whatever people, I need y'all to do them reviews. Search in your email, search Tamika Green at HR or Tamika at HR, however I have that thing going out to y'all. Go back to, hey, and this for the folks who've had a resume review. And mind you, y'all 16 who I'm hitting up today, I need y'all to do the same thing. Because I'm telling you, if I don't get responses back on this, I just might stop doing it. I was on a live last night and was on one last week with 2 HR professionals who charge a minimum of $50 to review a resume. Another one says she ain't charging less than $100. I charge y'all $0. See why I had to need that drink? All right, now we all on the same page, because my feelings was hurt. She even said to me, she was like, Tamika, you doing those for free? And I was like, man, listen, that's where I'm at right now. I don't know, it might change, or I might have to put an expiration date on this. So help a girl out. All right. Now that I had that out my system, see, y'all make me get all motherly on y'all. Y'all make me start acting like my daughter in here. Or like I'm talking to a team of people that I manage. I give them tough love, but I give them good love too. But sometimes I have to sit down and crack the whip. I can't believe y'all making me crack the whip on something I'm giving for free. My Lord. I hate to see if I give y'all a winning lottery ticket. I'm just saying. Wouldn't even give a sister 10% like you're supposed to get the Lord. I'm just saying. All right. So we have 2 resumes that we didn't hit last time. And those 2 resumes are Shakira Saunders. And if I pronounce your name wrong, I am so sorry. It's not intentional. But Shakira, and I believe that you added a pronunciation in your email. So I'll check that out. And then the second person is Maxina Gadsden. So we're going to hit those 2 up first. And then we're going to hit everybody that submitted for this round. But those ladies been waiting since last time we did. What was that, 2 weeks ago? So we're going to hit those ladies up first. I'm going to look in the chat and see if y'all feel me real quick. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Roz. Hey, John. Hey, ES. What's going on, Ken? Hey, Jennifer. DJ, you back mixing up with us? Mo, you know what? I appreciate you, my friend. Hey, Erica. I think we did your resume review the last time. Oh, which photo you like? Thank you for liking the photo. Wonder which one that is. Okay, looks good. Oh, you looking at the we were looking at the website then. Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel like it's easy to read too, Riley. It took some work because your girl do HR. Your girl does not do back end of websites and all that stuff, but we made it happen. So thank you so much. Hey, Sean, so happy to see you again. Muhammad, thank you for not making me drink by myself. Jennifer, honey, I hope y'all appreciate it, honey. I appreciate y'all. That's why I try to give so much. So thank you so much for the love, honey. I appreciate you. I appreciate you attending because I don't know if I have you on the list for tonight, but if you submitted, you're on there. The only difference is that the way that you guys submit the resume reviews, I don't see the names as easily now until I open the resume. Thank you so much, Mo. Oh, Mo, stop it. But all right, we'll chat. Ken, don't get me started. Resume reviews are not cheap. Yes, $300 for mid-level. And people charging $600, $900, $1,200, $1,400, and $1,500 to do a resume review. I have an amazing resume writer, in addition to Mo, who's going to come on. So I have a couple that are coming on live with me next month. Their work is fantabulous. I love it, but they ain't cheap. So yeah, you got it. And you know, I need the data. Can you feel me, man? It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I can only make changes from the data. Data tells the story. If I get a whole bunch of people who say, Tamika, I have not, like one of the questions I ask in there is how much you're making, how much you want to make. Now I know where my people are. So when I give you examples, when I look at different things to present in videos, I'm not throwing out just random numbers because I don't want to throw out numbers that I think are comfortable because somebody else might say she a big wig or oh, that's all she's talking about. I need to know about more numbers. I need to know what you guys know. So when you guys give me those ranges, it gives me real numbers to work with. Another thing is I also want to know, have you used this resume and gotten any interviews? Because that's going to tell me what direction we need to do. Because doing resumes isn't just doing resumes. In my opinion, doing a resume is being strategic. The same thing like applying. And so I can only get that from the data. That's why I'm sending out these goddamn reviews. All right, y'all got me? That's real, Riley. That's what we do around here. We be real. We got you. Okay, I'm gonna stop beating up on y'all. Y'all like we got you. Going to the next thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, Mo. I'm with you. I haven't been doing resume reviews my entire career. I do them sporadically, like people I know long before I started HR. But when I started HR, I did it for a year anniversary, and folks loved it. So I was like, all right. Erica, I think you were the one who submitted it. I'm gonna check. Hey, Tori. All right, Tori, that's what I'm talking about, honey. Get them notebooks ready. We're going to have some notes coming in here. Oh, thank you, ES. I don't remember seeing the E before, so I thought you were new. Welcome to HR. I hope I serve you what you want. Hope I give you what you want, because we about to dive in, friend. So I hope you don't come here and get bored. $16 reviews. I'm probably going to run through this in a few minutes. John in the chat, he'll tell y'all. This girl halves her drinks. All right, so let's run to the first resume review. I really wanted to dive in hard on that. You guys won't get these emails to ask you about your resume review until next week or the week after. Look out for them, reply to them. I appreciate you. All righty. Let's switch on to my next screen. We already took a look at the website, so that I'm happy to get your feedback there. I really just wanted something where you guys were going to like it. So now let's go to Shakira's resume and open it real quick. And y'all know I can't see. I'm hitting on 40, and when I tell you more things just falling apart, but I refuse to let it take me over. So we're gonna share the screen. All right, y'all. Here we are. We are Shakira's resume. Shakira, I will tell you the truth. I really do like that you use that space to kind of make it a little different and make your resume stand out with that black and gray bar, like that gradient bar. But what I really think you should highly do, I have you say that. What I think you really should do here is put that bar with your name and make your name stand out. So put your name and all your information in white or whatever can stand out. Play with the colors a little bit, because now you could have brought this down just a tad bit to about here, had all your name and information here, and has more space to move with. But I absolutely love that you have a header there. That header looks really great. And you have jam-packed it with information. So I love the bullet points. I think that's really good. And the way that you tap these software out differently. Guys, this is something where I want y'all to know is super duper helpful. You see the way she just dived these words in here? This is how you're going to catch the applicant tracking system. I feel like you guys use words all over the place. Like you use words that you're used to. You have to use words that are common. If you guys go into Google and type in your skill, like here, she could have typed in payroll and time attendance, right? So she can put in just payroll into Google and see those searches that come up right after it. That's telling you what's highly searched. So most times companies are using that in the applicant tracking system as well, because that's telling you SEO. So you can do that to find great words. You can look in the job description to find great words. So those are a couple ways. Your software, I love that you have a dump of it there. Let me see what this objective state, because I do think, okay, that works out because that's pretty even. Okay, so I made notes on yours. And it says for your header to omit the first line before the last. Omit the first line and the last line, administrative professional with background. Yeah, so you already have administrative professional here. So you're kind of being redundant with it there. The only thing you may want to put is, and you have administration down here in your words. So you have it a couple places, then you have it here. So the applicant tracking system is gonna catch you. That line is kind of redundant. It looks like a lot to read. So if a hiring manager has too many people for this administrative position, which they will, they absolutely will. One of my YouTube friends, I believe her name's Mel, she has a YouTube channel and she literally just posted a video that says, why do all females apply to administrative positions? That might be a helpful video for you to watch on YouTube. But I will tell you, administrative positions, administrative assistants, in 10 years, those are overwhelming places that we automatically get a ton of applicants. I mean, before people started using the applicant tracking system, I remember I used to have people mailing them in, dropping them in, faxing them in, and I would have that will always be my biggest stack. So just imagine now that people can just upload them through the website. So that's one line you can move. And then the line before the last line I have here, liaisons with state regulators for administrative work. Yeah, so you can move that because that kind of niches you down to working with state regulators. If you can work anywhere as an administrative assistant or administrative professional in some capacity. So just take that out, because now somebody sees you as someone that's coming in with all these state regulations versus, hey, listen, we ain't got no plan. We just got an overwhelming number of emails and documents that we need somebody to handle. And they may be paying you more than that state regulated place. So they give you more benefits. So that's a line I would take out too. One thing that I would do, and I say this often, is take out, don't make the name of your city and state and the name of the company and your dates bold. Don't do that. You want the highlight to be on that job title. So I would unbold those, but leave my job titles bold at all times. And I probably would put a little space in between these two little things, because right now it just looks kind of like it kind of throws me off. Like, is that a word or whatever? So just put like spaces on each side of these little boxes. So I get what those are. But put spaces on each one. I like how you really have like a short caption and then hit some bullet points. That's really good because that keeps the reader going. Like whoever it is that's reading it, it makes them not get bored. When you have clumps of information, big paragraphs, 10 bullet points, it is too much to consume to anyone, particularly someone who's looking for an administrative professional and has thousands of applications. So this is a really good setup here. And then I had put in here that I would remove the program supervisor position. Oh yeah, because that one's old. It doesn't really equate to the jobs that you're looking for. I mean, you can keep it in there, but I always suggest keeping in like 10 solid years if you have it. If not, then your most recent places where you have worked in that capacity. And that's just kind of not really necessary. Beyond that, your resume really looks good. I like how you like really spread it out. I think that I wish you had, I wish you had completed because you submitted this last week when I didn't have the Google Doc, but I wish you had submitted with the Google Doc because honestly, then I know what type of job you're looking for. I feel like we chatted back and forth in email last week when we did these, but not now. And I would like to know like what career you're looking for, how much you're making, how much you want to make. That always tells me how to kind of spruce it up a little bit more too. But I'm not sure if you're going to be here because again, that's only on the new form that folks submitted. So if you're here, give me some love in the chat. Let me know you're here. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're not here, we're going to move on to the next one. So I'm going to peep really, really quick to see if you're here or not. I don't see any purple hearts, y'all, so I'm going to skip through this stuff. And we were looking at Shakira. Oh, you're welcome. My cousin's in the building, y'all. She said amazing event over the weekend. But she know I was exposed to COVID, y'all. And sister girl been having some issues, but I didn't want to go out in the streets knowing I was exposed. So y'all probably noticed that my IG was real dayed, literally. I wasn't posting anything. And that's why, because I just decided I'd stay in the house and keep working on other stuff. Thank you, Raj. You are amazing. Yes, Raj, get in them. You know what? You must be no Tabitha. You must Tabitha doing it, honey. Y'all hit that like button for real. We have 21 people in here and only 11 of them hit the likes. So please do that for me. All righty. So we're going to move on to Maxina. Not sure if you're here, Maxina, but that's what we're going at to you next. So we're going to share the screen and see what we can get popping. All right, y'all. So when we get to Maxina, I hope you're in here, honey, because I'm about to give you a good, I kind of glimpsed at yours the last time. And I remember that I was really, really, really concerned about it. Really concerned. First of all of this, no one's gonna read it. There's too much to consume. I've seen people say, you can just keep going and I'll look through the others and come back to that one. That's too much to consume. I'm not sure why we're doing the underlining. If you bold it, that's enough. So I would spread out the education. But from looking at your experience, oh, darn it. From looking at your experience here, what's going on? Okay. From looking at your experience here, how much you've been in HR, you really, really, really don't need a big objective. You need a 2-liner. With the amount of HR experience you had, you really don't need an objective at all. If you want to be a business partner, I would just literally put human resources business partner, but leveraging HR as a business partner for excellence, someone's going to, you just take your viewer in multiple directions, right? So you want to keep them focused. Like I'm this person that can do this HRBP position. So I personally would get rid of that. The second thing, with all your experience that you have, I would put my professional development and credentials at the bottom. You have tons of experience that speaks far past that. For your signature HR qualifications, I probably wouldn't even really, I definitely wouldn't call it signature HR qualifications. I would just say professional qualifications, related experience, that type of thing. I wouldn't put like a subline with this. And I would have, if this is all of the experience you have, which is great experience, which is obviously gonna happen when you've been working in HR as long as you, then I would cater these bullet points to the job description and have 2 or 3 of them that I'm applying for. So I probably have one that's an HR business partner, one that's an HR generalist, one that's an HR manager. And I would literally like intermingle those according to what I'm applying to. One that's HR director, whatever, BP, VP. Next thing is I probably would make this like 3 or 4 different columns if I want to keep all in there. Make it 3 or 4 different columns, change my margins, let it go out of margins a little bit. Because one thing that's not going to happen is I won't say it's not going to happen, but you're going to catch a hard time with anybody consuming 6 pages for a resume. For your most experienced people, in 10 years, the largest one I've ever seen for an executive position was 4 pages. And with those 4 pages, it had you going. That applicant had a box here of like, this is my duties. This is where I exceeded them, or this was my accomplished goals. This is where the company was. This is why I took them. This is where the organization started. This is what they expected. It was so much that I literally wanted to go through those 4 pages. This is a dump of words, which makes it feel overwhelming. So you want to catch you really want to catch your audience. So I am coming out with some templates only for HR professionals. My resumes will be, and I can't say only for HR professionals, but I'm going to put more of an emphasis to help the HR professional in it. And you may want to get that because I'll do different levels of resume reviews. And I'm going to add in, things that I'm telling you guys in these resume reviews on a regular basis. That's what I'm going to have with these resume templates. It's not going to be your traditional resume template, but if you want a resume template today and not wait until I launch it in October, on October 14th, then go to Cassie. She is My Professional Agenda on all platforms. That's her company name, My Professional Agenda. She has an HR resume template that can help you condense this. But you don't want 6 pages. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. For these skills and certifications, now this affiliation I would put in that whole bucket that I told you to move before. But for all of these, I would list them because it's easier to consume. Now, JD Edwards, Great Plains is something good to keep. But Lawson, if it's not an HRS, I wouldn't really worry about it. And if it's too outdated of an HRS, I probably wouldn't worry about it because a lot of people aren't using SAP as often, more financial professionals. Deltec is more of your government contracting folks. We all know that all of these things are HRMS. So you don't need to double, put that in there again, or HCM. Like people are just saying Workday, they're just saying Oracle, they're saying WISE, they're saying ADP, not ADP Enterprise. We're pretty sure you use the Enterprise if we can look at the company that you use it with. And I wouldn't put the different levels of ADP, just for ADP. Like all of these different levels just taking up space for no reason because the applicant tracking system is looking for ADP and not the level of the ADP that you use. I wouldn't worry about additional employment for your faculty, instructor information there. That doesn't relate to HR, it's just not needed. So I would just start at this HR generalist position and keep things rolling. Well, the farther back I get, the less bullets I'd have. So, and I literally had my resume that way. So with this being 2005, 2008, then I probably would just put 2 different bullets or 3 different bullet points. The next thing is just keep in mind that you really don't need anything beyond 10 years of experience. No one really cares about 10 years beyond post experience because technology has advanced positions across the globe, HR positions, all of them. So a lot of positions look a lot different than what they did before. The value you brought to any organization 10 years ago is not the same value you're going to bring now because you're using different tools, you're using different strategies. A lot of companies are looking at KPIs or OKRs. And back in the day, everybody just look at, can we just keep money coming in the door, right? You definitely want to stay consistent with your bullet points. So not sure if you're using a template there, but be careful with that. So that's where we are. Maxine, if you want to schedule a call, we can definitely schedule a call and do a really good deep dive for this. But for now, I'm going to go to the next resume review. Cool? All righty. So now things are going to get a little bit easier because I have my handy dandy form that you guys completed. So let's see who's up first. Now, let me see real quick. Okay, we have Jen Pastor. Oh no, what is going on? Jen, we still got you. I just got to go a different way to grab it real quick. You're gonna be next. All right, y'all, I'm just waiting on the Wi-Fi. All right. What is going on? Why am I getting full force? Jen, if I don't have you on this one, I'm gonna get you on the next one. Okay, good. All right, so let's go back to Jen real quick. The devil trying to be busy. I will refuse to let the devil bother me. Because where is Jen, Pastor Jen, Pastor Jen, Pastor? Here we go. Wi-Fi still because it's storming outside. All right, Jen. Before I share, I'm gonna peep at it real quick and see what y'all talking about. See if y'all got any feedback for me because I saw Riley in there, I saw Mo in there. So maybe y'all are helping these folks just a tad bit more. Can I love me some you here? Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about, Tori. But Tori, this is why. Oh, but Tori, did I review your resume? Listen, that's why I need the feedback. That kind of stuff just brings me joy. So I'm so happy you said that. Thank you. And that's awesome business. Like that's telling me, all right, Tamika, you hitting on something. You doing something right for somebody to say, hey, I listened to your suggestions and I got 3 to 4 interviews. You're gonna crush this. But if you want, we can book a call so we can run through these interviews, set up that elevator pitch. Don't forget that I do have the Level Up Your Career ebook that goes through telling you how to create that elevator pitch. And it also goes through telling you how to create your PAR responses. So when people ask you any question under the sun, what experience you had with this? When did this happen? You know, tell me about how you use this. You can hit them with the problem, your action on what you took to correct that problem, and the result that you got from it. That's what you're going to answer every question. Should always be that way. It's a natural thing that we do if we're comfortable in our space, comfortable in our work. And so I just want you to remember PAR method so you can remember exactly what you're doing until you get used to it. Eventually you start doing it and not even think about it. All righty. All right. Oh, Jen, you in the place, honey. All right. All right. Good. So happy. I know that's right, Riley. I'm so jealous. A little brown in my little mixture too. Okay, so we are going to share our screen because y'all see. Uh-oh, I'm messing up. Y'all see my girl is what the devil trying to be busy. No, cancel. The devil. All right, I hit the wrong one. See, I probably shouldn't be drinking, but I had need to drink to tell y'all something I had need to tell y'all. Oh, so it's showing it to y'all, it's just not showing it to me. That's weird. Okay. Here we go. So Jen, Pastor, I love it. I love it, Jen. I think that you did a really good job. I'm pretty sure you have the ... because of your name. The only thing that I immediately see that really alarms me is that you have HR specialist going right with your name. You can move it under that line. And then you should be able to take this gap of space out. Like just put your cursor right there and just make the size smaller to pull that up just a tad bit. But 14 years of healthcare, ICT 10 calls. Let's see, Jen, what are you? Let me look and see something else real quick. I'm gonna stop sharing for a quick second. Let me see your answers to this form. So Jen, oh, you're looking for a mid-level HR position and you're really just trying to start your career. Okay. All right. So, all right, Jen. So you're looking for, and you said this already with HR specialist. So I would take out that ICD codes, medical terminology. Like none of that relates to being an HR specialist. So I wouldn't worry about that. I probably would just put like ICD listed as a software I've used. PeopleSoft, Epic, LifeTrack, bilingual English. Oh no, that bilingual English Spanish, girl. You're gonna get somewhere with that. Folks pay more money for that. Microsoft Excel Teams, Word, PowerPoint. Oh, I like the TBD with the Sherm. You are so hilarious. You like, I'm working on this Sherm. I just ain't get it yet. Nice way to tell your story. Phlebotomy has nothing to do with HR, so I take that out. Same thing with BLS. I have both of those. Well, not the phlebotomy, but I have a BLS. I work in ICD-10 codes. I don't have that on my resume. Never didn't have it on my resume for years. So I would take those off. Water treatment specialist, take that off too. Even though there's certifications, we're proud of them. Y'all see, I got tons of them on the wall back there. If you watch my office tour, then you see I got tons of them. I don't have them on my resume. I put the ones that relate. So here I would make sure to not even have that hospital name bold. You just want to have your job bold. I honestly, okay, sorry y'all, Riley here, car fast. Riley, how's your mind? All right, so there are a few ways we're gonna go with this, right? First things first, you don't need a high school diploma. You're giving your age away. And you have the Age Discrimination Act, and as time goes on and you get to 40, now you're protected and people know you're protected, right? So you can't have somebody who's still discriminating and say, I don't want to bring somebody in that's protected. So just don't put the dates in that. So I would take the whole high school thing out. High school is just general information, so nobody really looks for that. United States Army Master School for Water Treatment, I take that out. That doesn't relate either. Same thing as your phlebotomy and your medical assistant, I take that out and just keep my new hire university, New Hampshire University. Now, the only reason I would keep the community college is because that shows, oh, you're going to New Hampshire for undergrad. Yeah, for sure. I would take all of these out. Take all of that out. You're just wasting space there. I would take this out too. Let's see, what years are these? Yeah, anything over that 10 years, take them out. You don't need them. So we're going to ignore all of this and go all the way here. See, bam, we already at one page. Kill our whole second page. And nothing you need on the second page except this college degree. That's the only thing I would take up to the first page. Now, when you get on the first page, take out the months. Just put, like, first of all, you probably, because you only did that for 3 months, I would take this one out, honestly. And don't worry, like, oh, they're gonna say I wasn't working all that time. No. You can explain that in an interview. Most people don't look at that initially, particularly not recruiters or TA specialists. We're really looking at, like, does this person hit on the skills I need? Looking at the dates is like the next thing we go to, but we're looking for the skills initially. So yeah, I would keep these in, but you're trying to pivot in, right? I have that ebook on my website to tell you how to start your HR career. So to kind of make this work for me, I probably would go down to 3 or 4 bullets on each of these, since none of them relate to human resources. And then I would take these systems and list them out as a line. And then for you who are trying to pivot into this career, an objective is really going to be powerful for you. So craft a really good objective that says, hey, I've been working in this space for quite some time, or I desire to work in human resources to do this, and that. But definitely get that ebook on how to become an HR professional. I think that's on my website. And you can look at some ways to kind of gain that experience and get around people. You're going to need to use networking heavily. And that's not a bad thing. I use networking. I had like 4 or 5 years experience, and it helped me. And ever since then, I've been using networking. It's a better method. But yeah, that's where we are with that. Jen, am I helping you in any way? Because I do want you to list these out. I want you to put them in like columns, make them, and I already told you which ones to take out up here. Put them in columns. And then what I would do is just take out the knowledge part, put skills, but I probably would put technology skills, and then I would put professional skills and put all that technology that you've used and list those out. Because not only have you used those, okay, you keep talking about Epic, which that's what they use in the healthcare world. But see, and you've used PeopleSoft, you have that up there. Okay, you do. Good. And I would highlight that bilingual Spanish, English a little bit better. What I probably would do is put my name up here with my phone number, my address, and all that. Put human resources specialist down below, and right under it, I would put in parentheses really small and italicized, Spanish, English, bilingual. They're gonna be like, oh, we getting a diverse person, and we're gonna hit these people that we can hardly talk to. So, or that's just always powerful. The world is just changing so much. All right, y'all, we're going on to the next one. Jen, I hope I gave you enough, but honey, we got a lot to go through. So I hate to stop on you, but put questions in there. I'll go back to it if we need to. All right, so the next one we on is Letitia Wilson. So Letitia, you ready? Because I'm about to hit on you right now. We on Letitia Wilson. That name sounds so familiar. I used to work with a Letitia Wilson. All right, Letitia. Letitia got that old double master's degree on y'all. Y'all ain't ready. All right, connect with her on LinkedIn if y'all got Ken, Mo, who else in there? Any all y'all HR professionals, particularly y'all recruiting ones like Ken? If y'all got some work for this girl, hit this whole link up. HR Human Resources Coordinator, okay. 5 years administrative and interpersonal skills, how to organize, like it. Education, like it. Proficient in ADP technical corner. And you're just looking for a coordinator job. Okay, cool, like it. Oh, because you've been an office manager, so that's where you get all this experience. Honey, I'm gonna tell you straight off. I like, look, bam, 1 page. She's like, I'm trying to pivot into HR. I know I don't have a ton of HR experience. Let me not make it overwhelming. Perfect. I really like the way you have this gray out just a little bit. I really like how you have all of these skills here and you just have proficient in. Now it's different when you're experienced, right? So like we looked at Maxina, she's been at for a while. So that's gonna take some more maneuvering. And we want to get that down to like 3 pages, right? But here, without having experience, 1 page is enough. So same thing for you, Shakara. 1 page is going to be enough because you don't have a ton of experience in there, right? Your story is just building, so it should be short. And manage over 150 employees. That's what I'm talking about. Put some numbers in there. Okay, now go back on my last live when I did the resume reviews, and I need you to get away from these maintain, responsible for, assembled, coordinated, generated. Get some stronger words in there, right? Because those words are going to show that, hey, I'm a powerful professional. I might not have the experience you're looking for today, but I can really, really have it. And let's see if we have any bullet points that can transition to provide an HR assistant in areas of benefits and workers' comp. So what you want to do is put that bullet first, put the 150 second. Then, because all of these HR directly with, oh man, hold up, we getting more and more and more. Training programs of safety, work, background checks, and interview candidates, responsible for invoices processed by payroll. So you know what I would do to make it just a tad bit more powerful? Like I would say, how much revenue were you reconciling invoices for on a monthly basis? So like me, at one point I was reconciling invoices that equated to $3.5 million in benefits, right? That's how much the company paid for these benefits. And on a monthly basis, it was like $150,000, $180,000 per month. So you want to probably put responsible for invoices that range from $150,000 to $180,000 per month for X number of carriers, right? Probably put in the name of those carriers if they're big ones like Blue Choice or Cigna or Mass Mutual. Responded to staff customers' questions and concerns. I would put first point of contact for all issues for the organization with X number of employees, right? And probably look at, a way you streamline that, right? So people ain't just gonna come in you, and maybe they did come into you randomly with these questions and concerns. But if you finally said to yourself one day, you know what, I'm gonna create this newsletter and I'm gonna send out electronically, and monthly they can just hit this button right here and submit their questions and concerns. However, you may have streamlined that to make that easier, emphasize that there too. And I would spell out the word human resources just to catch the applicant tracking system. And if you help with benefits, I would say what I did with those benefits and make workers' comp a second one. So if you help with workers' comp, were you the initial point of contact? Did you help them do the first point of injury forms? Like, what did you do in those areas? Because you did a really good job of making yourself look like an HR professional right there. That's really good. Get that ebook, because I tell you different groups you can get on Facebook and everything like that, and dump this resume in there. Somebody will help you. You already got a master's degree? Yeah. You got your soft skills at the bottom. Yeah, well, you can leave that down there because your master's degree here. Yeah, you're on the right track, Letitia. You're on the right track. Good job. You just need to network. You need to network and be strategic about applying. So I probably would use more than one resume, look at that job description, and then try to stuff those words in there. And that would help too. All right, sorry. I'm sorry, I was long-winded on that one because I couldn't find anything wrong with it, y'all. I had to keep like looking every time I went to go try to hit on her, but for something she had it. So that's a good job. I appreciate that. All right, so the next person that we're gonna hit on is going to be Stephanie B. Stephanie, you ready? You up next, honey. All right, Stephanie Benoit. I see two hearts, two purple hearts. Does that mean y'all got a question for me? Let me look at the chat real quick. All righty. Erica, you sent me the wrong one. You can send me another one. Just the form is closed now, but you can resend it, Erica. It's okay. Oh, Jennifer, was that the right one, Jennifer? Okay. Oh, Jennifer, you submitted too? Okay, cool. If that's the only thing, then you're in a good shape because your resume. Oh no, that was Letitia I'm thinking about. Oh, it wouldn't allow you to apply, Cheryl? Okay, I'm gonna send that email out again. I'll send it out again to you guys. Gotcha, okay. Yes, see, Ken gave y'all a word, spearheaded, that's a good word. Girl, Stephanie, stop it. All right, Erica, I see you. I know it's not no mess, you tripping. Let that imposter syndrome go. That ain't what we about to do right here. If it is a mess, you're gonna clean it up right now. That's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm pretty sure you took out your identifying information. But Stephanie, you done hit me off wrong. Why do you have this United States citizen? That ain't really necessary. First of all, they should be asked. I don't need nobody hiring you just because you're a U.S. citizen, because that tells me you're doing some discriminatory practices unless you're applying outside of the U.S. So I take that off. And that space, instead of putting U.S. citizen, I would put what job I'm aiming for. Let me stop sharing real quick so I can see what you submitted on your form. Okay, you're looking for professional program management. Gotcha. And listen, this resume might not be doing right, but you ain't making a bad salary right now. So let's see what it's going for. It's not a horrible place to be, right? You can take a vacation, at least one vacation or two throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? Some people trying to keep the lights on. All right. No, Stephanie, you want to work in program management, but this is your absolute damn near your last word in your whole summary. So I would put senior level program management professional. And if you have any certifications that relate to program management, I would kill it. Now I'm taking it. See, this is why I try to stay focused on HR. I really don't go anywhere else because when y'all start putting all these certifications I'm not familiar with, tell me in the chat, Stephanie, DISA, I know about CompTIA. Is this all web development? Okay. It could relate to project management. Project management is all over the place. It totally depends on what you're doing. But look all this white space you lose here. So I would literally put that over here. And I wouldn't worry about putting the years that I completed them because they don't need that until they offering you the position. You're just wasting space with that for any job. You don't need the years in there. All right. Technical skills, SharePoint, Power Apps, Automate Flow. Yeah, your skills are all over the place though, because you've used SharePoint, which I'm sure that's going to be used in project management because that's how you communicate with everyone. But think about it. These are great, but I'm not seeing a lot of project management software. You have the certifications. I'm assuming that's what those are. I'm sorry, I'm not knowledge in that area. But for your technical skills, have you used anything like Monday, Trello, like any project management tools that are current, because SharePoint is a project management, something that you can use for project management to some degree, but it's so outdated. So have you used any new ones? What did you do with HTML? Like, did you create HTML links? Like, what'd you do there? Because I don't think that's, I mean, that's obviously, and I don't know what CSS is. If that job description isn't using these acronyms, don't you use them either. If you're going to use them, spell them out. Because if that job description is using them, you might be in an industry that doesn't use these things. So look at that job description really good. Now you got frontier and bold and your title and thing. What you want to do is just make that normal. Don't even italicize it, but go ahead and make this bold. Make it bigger too. Just the title. So do you want to work in technology project management? Like people say project management, not realize you can do it in 50 places. Do you want to work in financial project management? Do you want to work in like what type of project management? Because you're listing a lot here and it's probably not necessary. So I would use more than one resume, right? And review, answers calls and emails, reviews financial data, performs, prepares. You know, those are such weak words. You want to show that, hey, listen, I was the person in charge. You know, I gave them boss vibes every time I hit the door. And you're going to use that with more powerful words. So again, look back at that last resume review that I did. I showed a picture in there of some of the words that I started to create because I linked in the bullets from what is in the Level Up Your Career ebook, or you can get the Level Up Your Career ebook. But use some of those because look at this. I'm seeing reviewed, work with, assisted, responsible for, assisted, reviewed. Y'all, I just did, I don't know how many interviews this week. I want to say I did like 25 or 30 interviews this week. And when I'm running through them things, I'm looking at the beginning line to see if it's going to keep me reading. Because I'm going through, 100 candidates. So I'm definitely using AI tools and I'm using software to help me put that in. But when y'all use these weak words right here, I'm gonna look at the first thing I'm gonna do as a seasoned professional is I'm gonna look at this and see what type of job they're trying to do. Because I already got in my mind what pool I'm in, right? I'm gonna look at these certifications real quick, glance at these tech skills, see if it's any of the ones that I'm looking for. And then I'm gonna run through these job titles. Boop, boop. That's how quick we go through them. On average, and you worked at Deloitte. On average, I have professionals look at resumes for an average of 3 to 7 seconds. So you want to make it stand out because once we look at these titles real quick and see the companies you work for, did you work for any competitors? This too long, baby. 7 pages, too long, too long, too long, too long. So we're gonna look at that, and then we're gonna say, okay, now what did she do? And when we start reading them quick bullet points, just the beginning of them, yours too weak. All right, so let's go down to the end because that's usually where y'all can cut some stuff off. First of all, that's too long. Government Solutions Financial Analyst. See right here, this is a good example, right? You said communicate with different points of contact in order to gather and complete the contract closeout process and to correct unfunded and unidentified charges. I would say strategically partnered with stakeholders to close contracts and correct unfunded and unidentified charges. Bam, one line. One line. So you want to do that through this whole thing. I would just say use whatever the name of the system to close X number of reports daily. But I'm a little worried because I'm more worried that this is 7 pages. If these awards and recognitions never went with anything, I'd take it out. For your professional affiliation, how does it relate to project management? If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Take it off there. You're going back to 2008, 2009. We're in 2022, so you should be going back to no more than 2012. So there we go. We take it down about a page or so. So you get down to 2012, that's what you want to pick up at, right here. But you were admin assistant there, so I wouldn't worry about that because you're doing project management now. When you're a program assistant, that's a good segue into going to project management. So I would literally start this program assistant job and keep going. And then make all of these bullet points, 3 or 4 of them, and keep going. Cut this down to no more than about 2 pages. And one way you're gonna cut it down automatically is save yourself some space here, put whatever your job title is, what you're aiming for, and then make this into 3 or 4 columns there. It shouldn't be hard for you to, just doing what I told you should get you down to like 3 or 4 pages. And then I need you to try to max out that too. Cool? All right. Ain't been a mess. We just gotta do a little tweaking, Stephanie. That's all. Don't be ashamed. You did a lot of experience. You're proud of it. I know I'd be proud of my experience. All right, Cheryl, is that our next one? Cheryl is gonna be on here. Yeah, Cheryl says she'll be here, so we're gonna do Cheryl next. All right. All right, Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie even killing the chat. I love it. Kill the chat. Yes. Yes, I'm here. If some agencies want that, then look at a way to make it smaller and to just like put it into columns. If that's what like a requirement for that industry, because I'm not familiar. That's why I try to stay focused on HR ones. But make it into like 3 or 4 small columns and take your cursor over that and just make that section small, because they might want it, but now you're missing your other experience. You don't want 7 pages. Jennifer, that's hard to say. And Jennifer, I told you to put 2 purple hearts in it, so I wouldn't miss your question. I almost missed it. I wouldn't say that, Jennifer. Let me go back to yours real quick and see what I'm looking at before I get too excited. So yours was the very first one. Jennifer, I wouldn't say that, honestly. What I will say is that you want to do, oh, Jennifer, you did submit 2. Now I don't know which one I picked the first time. Man, damn. Okay, this must be not the one I picked up the first time because it didn't look this way. Okay, Jennifer, you want to do like Letitia did. So you want to make all of these lists of skills that you have hanging out here. You just like I just told the last person, I'm losing names now. I probably shouldn't be drinking while I'm doing it. You wanna take your, first of all, I would take this line out because it doesn't relate, right? So this is the one we didn't look at before. So I would make this into like 3 or 4 columns really small, right? So if I only use PeopleSoft to supply orders, I wouldn't want to put that in on an HR resume or application because we don't do supply ordering. We use PeopleSoft as a HRS. So I would totally just use that for that. I wouldn't keep telling people what I'm using these systems for. That's what you're going to talk about in the interview. I would just dump the systems that I work for. But medical history intake, I mean, that could be helpful because a lot of folks do intakes, like I do intakes for recruiting. But I would just put in intakes, and put the number of intakes that I've done. And then laboratory procedures and regulations, like I would take that kind of stuff out, condense it down to what relates to the job and do 2 or 3 different columns there. And then for your education, now this is going to be too much to consume. So I already told you what to take out there. So take all of that out, just leave your latest education. And then go with it like that. But you want to go back and look at Letitia. See how she has absolutely no experience, but all of her bullet points relate to HR? She never worked in HR, but all of her experience says HR. That's what you want to do. What have you done? Now you might be like, well, Tamika, because she doesn't help the HR department. So one, you want to start doing that, right? The next thing is you probably help them in some capacity, put in what you've helped them do or what duties are similar to HR duties. Cool? If I ain't cool, just say so in the chat. Because I say cool like y'all good. Black Jar Microsoft project. Oh, gotcha. Oh, Jira. Jira is a Microsoft project. Okay, Jira is a project management. So definitely keep that. Yeah. Oh, Ken, you telling her which ones to use. Those are, yes, Slack, Jira, Microsoft project. Yes, those are more executive level or corporate level ones than the ones I named, which is Monday, Trello, stuff like that. See, y'all, we be having like gems in the chat. I hope y'all paying attention to them. Use the format SharePoint sites. Cool. But have you used any ones that Ken talked about? Have you used any ones that I talked about before? And a lot of those little commercial ones that I named are so easy. IT project management. Okay, cool. So you want to leave those certifications in there because that does relate. But Stephanie, I'm actually hiring an IT person now that does writing. Do you have any experience in editorial, like writing about IT projects? Just help me. I know you look for project management, but I literally got a job tossed to me today and I never looked for them folks before. So maybe I can bless you while you bless me. Okay, the form allowed me to update, so I resent the correct resume. Okay. It looks nothing like when I put in the PDF. Oh no. Well, that's not good. Good. Cheryl asked if she in the chat. Yeah, it's Letitia in the chat. Letitia, if you're in the chat, folks looking for you, honey. All right, Cheryl, we on to you next. I just look at Cheryl comment, didn't I? All right, Cheryl, we on to yours next. Don't be talking to Letitia too much because we're talking about yours now. And then you can get back to talking to Letitia, you know what I'm saying? But right now, we're talking about you. All right, so Cheryl. Summary. Okay, Cheryl, get in here and change your spacings. Your spacing too off. Either your spacing too off or you add a whole extra space. Led trainings, groups of staff. Let me see what, I'm not even used to having this. So let me look back and see what Cheryl, she's looking for entry-level HR professionals. You want to start your career. Oh, Cheryl, honey, we got to get you situated. All right. Let me see what kind of work you did. I'm going to peep over real quick down and come back and share. Cheryl, honey, you already started your career. Let's get moving on this thing. Let's clean you up a little bit so you can get moving because you are almost right there. Like, let's just share. You got some experience, honey. Okay. So summary, I would put like a 2-liner. And I would put like, that summary would be not a summary. You need more of an objective, you know, aiming for an HR coordinator position, an HR assistant position, an HR, whatever entry level position, put that in your summary and say why you can benefit to it. But you're already in talent acquisition coordinator and onboarding specialist. So you you already did that for a little while. If you're like, okay, Tamika, now I want to go into HR coordination or talent acquisition specialist versus the coordinator, then put that there as your header. But I really wouldn't waste my time. Like, see, putting in the industry really doesn't help you unless you're applying to that industry or competing industry. Manage team of staff, take that out. Lead trainings for groups of staff. Yeah, take that out. Facilitate and verify. So I'd take that whole thing out and put a 2-liner on what you're trying to do with what's your career objective, your skills and competencies. I would more so focus on what software I use to do these things. So if you're working in talent acquisition as a talent acquisition coordinator and onboarding specialist, you've been in that software. So what software did you get to screen these resumes or to verify these references? Partner with hiring managers to 10 staff members. Okay, you lose me on that one. See, if you losing me, you're gonna lose the person that's looking at this thing. Provided coordination support to recruiters by scheduling candidates, provided a seamless onboarding experience by collaborating with HR, schedule new recruiter orientation, provided support and aided recruitment. Okay, I feel like we are saying the same thing over and over. First of all, we want to make this bullet points. Second of all, you already said your title, so take that out there. And I would say screen X number of applicants in this period of time. Sourced and verified references and verified X number of references over this period of time. And I would say, you know, verified county, state, and local or past employment records references or whatever there. I probably wouldn't worry about that. Well, as an onboarding specialist, that's what you do. So partner with hiring managers to staff 10 members. What does that mean? Partner with hiring managers to 10 staff members? So I would say partnered isn't a strong word, but you just starting your career. So I would put partner with hiring managers to do what? What did y'all do? I would put scheduled X number of interviews with X number of candidates, on whatever period of time. Like, how often did you do that? You're saying you provided a seamless onboarding experience by coordinating with HR, but you coordinated with somebody. So what did you do to make it seamless? Like, what did you literally do? So if you decided, okay, change onboarding from an in-person presentation using PowerPoint to making it a digital software where folks guide themselves through it. Change onboarding from being a 10-day process to being a 3-day process. Like, that's how you telling us how you made it seamless. New recruiter orientations. Okay, so I guess when your new recruiters come on, then they do some type of training or something like that. So how often do you do that? If y'all do that often, then there's a high turnover. It's probably a toxic place to work. So I probably would take that out unless I really needed it there. Provided support and aided recruitment administrative activities. Y'all, I hate when y'all say provided support and aided. You want to say, what did you do with those recruitment administrative activities? Like, what were the things that you literally did for them? So, did you take all new hires or assisted through the process from offer to onboarding? And during that process, what are some of the things that you did? Organize a Google Drive, talent acquisition folder. Take that line out. Deliver it. Unless if you keep the line in, because I know that's literally what you do. I have to remember that. You just start in your career. So if that's literally what you did, I would say organize Google Drive with X number of documents. Organize them by what? Like, did you put them in categories? Did you put folders in there? Did you assign different folks to the files, to different parts of the file? Did you make it with any of these documents linked to each other to make sure that it's taking out human error? Like, go into that, deliver a positive candidate experience through prompt follow-up. So I would say, 10 different, because I just had this happen to me today where my hiring manager was like, every time I get on an interview with somebody, they're like, Tamika is amazing. So I would say, while going through 15 screens, 8 of them complimented me to the hiring manager on my seamless process, right? Or their positive experience. So make these bullet points, not a whole paragraph, honey. That's hard to read. And home care. Yeah, so make those bullet points, and I would really put the points in them, because what you're gonna do down here is you're going, oh, you from Louisiana? You talk just as bad as me. Everybody think I'm from Louisiana. Maybe you don't, but people be thinking I'm from there. I was on an honorable member sorority in theater. Sounds cool, right? We're proud of all those things. I normally would be, but you don't need that. So take that out. You're working on your MBA. That's a good thing. So I would put that to the top. Put your education to the top since you don't have a ton of experience. Move all that education above here. Take out that summary, make it professional objective, do like a 2-3 liner, make these into 3 different bullet points, and then put your education right under it, and then go into your professional experience. Make sure that your specialist area is the longest. So make these bullet points, put in some information that really makes it powerful, like to show your worth within that organization, showing some data, some statistics that tells the story for you. And then what you want to do is go down here and start with the student worker position, go with the Family Dollar one, go with the JCPenney one, the next JCPenney, the Glamour Jewels. Where we at? Glamour Jewels. All right, we just got the Glamour Jewels on the computer acting crazy, right? So we're gonna go to Glamour Jewels and pick up their Victoria's Secret. All of that. So you still working as an in-home care provider, and I would embellish that more because you're still there, right? And you already have a gap in your employment, so you can't be worried about that. That's been your full-time employment. I would get from Victoria's Secret on down and take all that out. Take all that out. You don't need it. Doesn't relate. Make them see you as an HR professional. Get into this, kill it more, make those about maybe 5, 6, 7 different bullet points, strong bullet points. Make these into 3 or 4 columns. Bam. All right. Hope that was helpful, because that's an easy fix right there. I can fix that in my sleep. You got a bunch of what you don't need in there, Cheryl. All right. So who we going to next? Now we're going to, oh, Erica, we're going back to you, honey. You see, you put it in there. Okay, cool. All right. I love it. Erica. Erica, what'd you name it as? Okay, here we go. You name it as Erica Pearson. That's what the hell you name it as, Nika. Oh, Erica, you put 2 of them in here. So you submitted one on the 10th. Oh, you submitted both of them on the 10th. Oh, you literally just submitted one. 754. Okay, we're gonna go with the latest one. All right, we're waiting on Google. All right, Erica. We got you in here. Let's see but this chat real quick. The form allowed me to update, so I recent got you. You're welcome, Cheryl. Cheryl, were you feeling me? Like you got what I was saying? I just want you to take out all of this stuff. You don't need it. All right, so let's share. All righty. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, Erica, because this is a difference, I feel, from what we've done before, right? Well, I looked at before, but you literally, did you finish both of these master's degrees, or are you still working on them? Because they look like they're at 2 different places. Whichever one you're planning on finish, leave it in there. Take the other one out for these master's degrees. If you're doing both of them simultaneously, then obviously leave them in there. And I would leave that to the bottom, but I'd take that professional affiliation of being a SHRM member and Project Management Institute and put that to the top. And I would put competencies and technical skills together and just list them versus doing a name like that. But I mean, you can kind of do it that way, but then it'll start looking like a paragraph once you put it together. I wouldn't even put them together because your technical skills really hit on HR. When I saw that you worked on PeopleSoft, I was waiting to see that you have been in HR already. So I was kind of thrown off, which is good because that's a good thing, right? One thing I hate is when we put early talent recruiter. Nah, I just put recruiter or just talent and acquisition or recruiter or talent and acquisition / recruiter. But don't put yourself into an early spot. Like I had somebody that applied for my manager position and not my director position. And when I got comfortable with her skills, I was like, why didn't you apply to the director position? She was like, well, I just thought that's the next direction I go in. All through her resume, I saw director. All through her experience, like while she's talking to me, while I'm interviewing her, I saw director. But if she didn't get a hold of me, somebody might would have been like, well, yeah, go ahead and put her on manager because that's what she wants. Like, so don't do that. Like, don't put early and stuff like that in there. Take that stuff out. You don't know how people see your skills, how you can fit in with their organization, how much experience you have with the people that's there. Adjudicate and manage the entire appeals process from kickoff to completion with 6 months. Okay, that's a good, powerful line. But I probably would just put adjudicate the entire process from kickoff to completion and the rest of it. Because I mean, we know you had to manage it if you went from kickoff to completion. Drive operational excellence and project management through stream. I have responded to just like this one. Your lines are powerful. They're just lengthy, but they're powerful. I don't want you to develop an excuse. Yeah, I like them. Yeah, they're powerful. I would take out high performing. That's not necessary. And I would take that line and put it to the top because it totally relates with HR. Yeah, you got a lot of lines in here where I can say, you know what, I can see her working in HR. So you're on the right track with this one. And you just want to change that to wherever Google change that to, you know, so take that ass out of there. I'll pay attention to the squiggly lines. They tell us what to do. All right, yeah, so this looks good. I probably would just take out the competencies and put my education there. Oh, but you have it down on one page. Okay, so you can do that. Then you can just move it and just take out that early, make your name a little bit bigger. But other than that, you should be hitting on something. Do a lot of networking with that resume because that doesn't look bad, Erica. You made some changes. I'm getting. We reviewed yours the last time, or you just? Because now I'm losing track. And my drink almost gone, so I'm feeling real good. All right, next one is Yeti. Who's Yeti? Yeti's looking for a non-HR position. All right, Yeti. Yeti, you are up next. And let's see, what does Yeti say on this form? Yeti wants a non-HR position working in clerical. All righty, gotcha. So Yeti, for yours, I would make my name bigger and make this part a little bit smaller. So I would say to obtain a position as a medical biller, not just a progressive medical organization, because somebody might be like, you know, well, we ain't all that progressive. We just do the same shit every day. So I probably say to attain a position as a medical biller for a company where I can grow my skills and bring an impact to the organization or something like that, like how you can value the organization. For your skills, I strongly am with bullet points. They're easier to absorb. So when y'all start putting these commas and keep going, it's too much to absorb. So you want to work in medical billing. So IDX and ICD-10 and coding and Epic and all of that is in medical billing, right? HIPAA, all of that stuff. So I would make those into long bullet points. The thing about it is when somebody see you in ICD-10, CPT, coding, like they expect that you know medical billing, medical terminology. So I probably wouldn't worry about that, but that is powerful to put there too. So don't take it out. Your education, health information technology, cool. You really don't need a year there. You're telling people your age, so take that out unless you're not in the US. Part-time, sales lead associate. Darn it. So you're trying to work in medical billing, but your most recent experience is working in sales. Now this clerk one can help propel you as a medical person. Youth mentor winners. People in the medical field like to see that you know, do some charitable work or work in like an area that gives back intrinsic values. So in the sales area, I would make this smaller and go on more of my clerk experience. But with you having one page, I would list these out, right? Make this a little bit smaller, change my margins here just to push it up a little bit. And when I make these skills smaller and make them bullet points, then I would highlight them and literally make the font smaller so it doesn't take too much space, doesn't take you over to the second page because you need to stay on one page. And then again, I would make this like 3 bullet points instead of 2. Instead of 5, and then kind of leave this experience in here. Effectively met all sales and profit targets, communicated clear expectations. Oh yeah, so one way you can make this smaller is just go in here and take out at the fine jewelry department. There's all about custom issues and financial resources and regional. I would just take out in partnership. So I would say resolve all customer issues with human resources and regional managers, and take out of stores. Partner with store operations and merchandise to carefully balance inventory issues, share best practices. Yeah, so look at ways to get these one little words from popping over. And one way that you can probably do that is just change the margins on your bullet points, and then get that down to like 3 bullets, and then just kill the rest of it. Tell me if that was helpful. Let me see what y'all got going on. Was I not sharing the screen the whole time? Man, goddamn. Good, Cheryl. Okay, Erica. Hey, Tiara. Good, 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 good. Hey, Tamika. Okay, cool. Let me get back into this because I just realized I wasn't sharing all this time. I'm sorry. God darn it. I'm acting like we got plenty of time. All right, so make this smaller, make your name bigger, make it bold. I already told you what to do at the beginning of that. So just go back and listen to what I was saying. And you want to make these bullet points, make them smaller. Take out your year that you graduated. Oh, I'd take out that perfect attendance. I didn't tell you that before, so I'd take out that perfect attendance award because that's not necessary either. And then, like I said here, I already told you how to make those smaller, even though you couldn't see me, you could hear me. How to make those a little bit smaller or shorter. Make these in the bullet points. And I would, for the bullet points, I just change the font and make them a little bit smaller. I'll just take one-time award out, right? And just leave all of that there so I can stay on one line. Okay, cool. Was that helpful? I feel so bad I wasn't showing the screen all that time. So Yeti, tell me if I messed you up with that. Gosh darn it, my bad. Rosalind, that's where we're going at next. And Rosalind wants a mid-level HR career position. Rosalind, you know what happened one time? I did one of my first videos was all telling y'all all about how to do a resume. It's a super old video. And I talked specifically about this template. I showed it in the video and all. Oh goodness. Done. Yes, but all right. Why do you need to list your temporary to permanent jobs, Julie? Just put the job title, the year that you started, even if you started as a temporary and went into permanent. If it's the same company, just put it as though you were there full time, as full time. Like nobody really needs to confirm that unless they're offering you a job or talking you through the resume. I mean, talking you through at an interview. You don't need to really. Now, federal jobs will, make you post if it was temporary or permanent. But the only reason I probably would post permanent on jobs where I change from one job to the other is if with that temporary job I was only there for a few months. So I put it in parentheses right next to my job title, really small. I wouldn't bold it, just probably italicize it and put temp position or temporary or TMP, just like how you had there. I work for a temp as a few months for as few as a month. And was it all with the same employer, Julie? Oh, my girlfriend works in defense and aerospace. Was it all with the same company? It almost didn't make me hireable at interview. Girl, please. They should be looking at your skills. I wouldn't want to work there if just that I'm working at a temporary job bothers you, but you're not looking at the skills that I've had. Now, a lot of people do that, but a lot of people are drifting away. So the biggest thing is I really want to know if it's the same exact company that you had the temporary positions with. If it's the same company, it makes it easy. I would just start it there and I would just put temporary to contract as a in parentheses, like really small next to the one temp agency, then place that primary company. So it was one temp agency. I would put the temporary agency company's name up there and put temp agency and then list the jobs with the bullet points of what I did. I wouldn't even put the time over there. I just put one date at the top. So list the name of the temporary agency, put in parentheses temporary, and then put the year that you started working with them. Don't worry about the month, but the year that you started and the year that you ended, and then list all the jobs I did, and in between them, put the bullet points in there. Because that's telling somebody, oh, that was a temp agency, and they just moved her from place to place. Cool. Thanks for answering that for me, because that made that easy. All righty. Now, who resume is this again? Rosalind Killian. We looking at your resume, Rosalind. You in the room because you said you was gonna be here. All right, Rosalind. So this looks great. It's just a very redundant resume, but I put that a while ago, that video. And so I've noticed, maybe just because I changed industries, that people are kind of creating their own. But this is such a redundant template that I would go in Word and use a different one if you could. Just go in there and pick one with a little bit more spice, because everybody go for this one. Energize or focus talent acquisition. So take this out. I just put talent acquisition coordinator with proficient experience in, and then dump. I see where you're going with this. This isn't horrible. This isn't horrible. I kind of like it. Yeah, I like it. But when you're working with people, you don't call them customers. So I would just say, I would just say experienced talent acquisition coordinator, proficient in, instead of all of that. So I put proficient in project planning, organizing, overseeing projects. You got as well as, and heightening the candidate experience isn't bad, and then keep all those lines the same. And there's a whole bunch of words you didn't even need to use right here. So I would just say provide administrative support to the talent acquisition team and prospective employees. But I would put provide administrative support to the administrative team composed of blank number of team members. And then I probably would put in the next line, go to each one. So was it a senior talent acquisition specialist? Was it just a talent acquisition specialist? Was it a team lead? Like I would go through each line and say, assist this person and give them one line of how I access each, because you're the coordinator of that team. So I would put how I assist each person so people can see that I can work with each one of them. Now this is a good line. This is super helpful. This one I would take out and go through explaining each team member. So put their title and say how you help them. Take that line right there out, but keep this one. So I would just say assist with posting X number of jobs on X number of different sites. I wouldn't say internal, external, like all of that's not necessary. Timely and accurately. What is timely and accurately? People all over the place with that. They say it's monitor all active job postings to ensure. Well, no, because if you're using applicant checklist, that's not necessary. So I take that out, update data and applicant. What data did you update? So I would say what I update and that. I would name out the actual applicant tracking system you use and the HRS you use, because sometimes they can be all in one. So I would put the names of them in there. Was it JobBite? Was it Paycom? Was it Paylocity? Paychecks? Respond to applicants regarding status, navigate. I would say first point of contact for application status, career site navigation, and all related recruiting needs. Yeah, so what issues did you troubleshoot? I don't like this line. I see what you're saying, but I don't like it. So I would say, how many interviews did you schedule? What type of positions were they for? Were they executive level? Were they traditional employees? How many did you schedule? How many employees did y'all have as a whole? How many employees did they have when you walk in the door? How many did they have when you left or now? Because it should show an increase of employees. If not, then you want to say help with this number of applicants over this period of time. And coordinate, I would say coordinate recruiting events for the organization. Coordinate and document results, test. Now see this right here, I would put to the top because that's more powerful. So I would put that as like maybe my third bullet because that's a good one. Because the first one, and you already work in recruitment for a while. I would definitely make this shorter. I would take that out, except your and then listen, I wouldn't take it out per se. I would move it up here and list the names of the systems you work with. So don't put them all the way down there. Like Microsoft Suite, in parentheses, you can see on the last resume, she had put like Outlook, Teams, da da da. You want to put that in parentheses. I would name the project management tool that I use. I would name the applicant tracking system that I use. And I would do like a dump dive, and I would put like background screenings, onboarding, like some of these words that you've used, applicant tracking, pre-employment process, pre-employment hires, sourcing, scheduling, interviewing. I would do a dump of words up there. And just take this off altogether. This is good to keep. And then HR related, so I keep it at the bottom. Cool. All right. So y'all kill me with these things. My resume. Now I'm like, who the heck one we just did? All right, so we just did Rosalind. Now we're on to Andrea. All right, Andrea. Oh, wow. This looks similar to the last one, but I was like, this is like the name, but this looks so similar. All right. Let's see. Any y'all still in here? Like y'all left me in the chat? Oh, y'all talking in the chat. Yay. All right, Rosalind, we got the yours. And tell me, Julie, was that helpful the way I explained that? Like how you should put the temp to hire? Because if it does affect you, then you just want to position it differently. Oh, you fine. No, Ross, I added first and last name to the form. So next time folks submit, I'll see their name. Say, you're okay. You're okay. I can tell from your email address. That was my error. I created the form wrong. You're welcome, Julie. My question was for the other way. ABC company was there a total of 6 years. The first year I was employed by a company, directly placed to the company, same exact job. Then yeah, you did it the right way. Then what you want to do is just name that company name, because it doesn't matter that you came through a temp agency, right? So let me give an example. My cousin has worked in temp agencies like the last 10 years, right? And he's done it for like BMW and Mercedes and all of those, right? If somebody go and start working for his organization, ABC staffing for a year, and then change over to Mercedes, but that whole time they really were working at Mercedes, they were just getting a paycheck from this other place. This other place hired them. Then the whole time I would just put Mercedes and just put all the skills I did. I wouldn't even make it look like it was temp to hire, because that was just your first year. You've done it for 6 years. Nobody cares if it came in that way. If they want to say that that was wrong, then that's your background screening. And it couldn't mean that you're not hireable. It just mean that they needed more information. So they can't say you weren't working there. All you have to do is provide your offer letter from that company, that temp agency, show your pay stubs, and let them know that I was hired through this temp agency, but I've been working here at this place the whole time. Shouldn't be no problem why they can't call Mercedes, and Mercedes can validate that for you. If you want, you could put that first year, but if it's the exact same job title, the exact same place, now you've made your experience in that organization look smaller, because now you have 1 year with this temp agency and then 5 years with this place. So you kind of diminish your experience at that place because you have this temp agency there. So it's not a bad idea to even put in parentheses, you know, work as a, I already told you how to do it, temp agency, or a temporary position or what have you. Because it shouldn't make you hireable. It probably just causes conflict in your background screening. There we go. Okay, it was your background screening. Yeah, then you got the offer letter. If only I had one instance of this type of issue. But I've had it 3 long-term temp. Yeah, so you can just put on there on the side temporary. Just put on the side temporary for the first year. You can put in a parentheses or whatever. It's not a problem if you go ahead and explain that as soon as you get that interview too. So when they call you in for the interview, say, hey, I just want you to know I worked at this place and I got this on my resume, but I really worked this place at this time. Cool. I got it, but that's only for people who being lazy and they ain't really want to do their job, Julie, because it shouldn't look like you're inflating nothing. Like you work for a temp agency, but you still been doing a job there. That's the annoying part about working for those temp agencies, but they're a great way to get your foot in the door. All right, you're so welcome. All righty. All right, Andrea, hope you're in the house. We got to share. So your turn, Andrea. We are up next on Andrea. I hope I'm saying it right. Hope I'm saying it right. All righty. Andrea, why are we wasting all this good, valuable white space up here? Just change your margins, just the header art margins, and push your name up. Highly motivated, resourceful people, person. Oh no, hold on. Let me see what's going on real quick. Andrea. So you want to work in a senior level HR position. Oh yeah. All right, let's eat this up. Good, real quick, because this is not how we about to start this. So Andrea, first things first, pull your name up higher. And instead of this whole line here, put the job title you actually want to do. Are you applying to? Human resources generalist, human resources business partner, whatever it is, put that as a one big line right there. But not this whole like objective type situation. For Andrea. Oh, Andrea. You ain't got nothing but HR experience up in here. First of all, take this whole job right here out. You don't need it. All your experience speaks to HR. Change your margins on this, your spacings, keep them single space, and just kind of make them in 3 columns, and then take that whole skill section and toss it up here and get rid of this, unless you want to put that just the bulleted, the bold words as bulleted points and make that like add that into the whole list of skills. I wouldn't go through explaining all of that because that really doesn't add meat to it, right? You're trying to catch the applicant tracking system. All of the stuff you add in, you speak to it at your interview. So I would just put those words there along with the words that's at the bottom, make that space really small and make it like 2 or 3 columns. You know, if you can fit 4 columns, then amazing, and just dive that in there. But when you get down to this experience, first of all, shouldn't be no reason why you're on this 3rd page. We don't need to know what type of degree because it's not an HR degree. So take psychology out and just leave everything else there. I would take the year out so they can't guesstimate my year. But other than that, I would leave those 2 things in there, change my margins, make them really, my spacings, make them, put them together. Obviously, you're going to change the spacings here and move that to the top. And then this should be at 2 pages, easy. So you're currently working as an HR generalist. You worked as an HR assistant. You've been an HR manager too. So you went from being a recruiter to a manager. They must have put you in the wrong skill set and you just weren't comfortable in there. I don't know why you have business here. I just leave it as HR assistant. And some of these places put, excuse me, put these old dumb names and it's just not necessary. Like they literally make up names. I was in the HR group the other day and she was like making up names. And I was like, why are we making up names, guys? So look at ways to make these shorter because a lot of these are just one word falling over. If you need to change the font and make it smaller, then I would do that. But in the spacing in between all of this, like just make them one space. And up here, take this out and put whatever job title you're aiming for. Put those bullet points in there, and you should be good to go because you got more than enough experience. If you're not catching applicants, the applicant tracking system and getting interviews with us, then look at your wording and take the line and literally take it from the job description, put it in your job, in your resume for the experience you have literally done, and see if that helps you too. You be prepared to have a couple versions of your resume. I've been in HR for 10 years and I use more than one version right now. Alrighty, so Andrea, good experience, Andrea. Good experience. All right, now we are going to generic resume. Whoever is generic resume. Y'all, let's look creative with this. Jane Doe. Jane Doe. All right, Jane Doe, we're about to do yours, but it looks like Angel Major. How does the ATS pick what, Julie? The temporary situation? You don't worry about the ATS picking that. You worried about giving clarity to the recruiter in the HR department, but you're not worried about the ATS picking that. You really aren't worried about the ATS picking that. You're really worried about making sure that you give clarity to the employer. So when they do the background screening, then you haven't looked like you kind of fudge your information. So you're not worried about that at all. You forget the applicant tracking system when it gets to something that touchy, because that's not your goal. Your goal is not that at that point. All right. All right, y'all. I already been on here for 2 hours. Where do we stop? Because I literally am exhausted and I know y'all see it. So we're going to do angels real quick, and that's going to leave. Oh, but this person emailed me a while ago. I'm going to do 2 angel and 1 more after this. And then the other 3, we're going to have to hold off. I'm exhausted, y'all. I'm sorry. And I want to give y'all the best version of myself. But these last couple weeks have been trying, a sister. Yeah, so let me make note of this. I know that these are the 3. I gotta come back to them. Cool. All right, so let's do Angel, Jane Doe, and Angel wants to work in HR, senior level HR position. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Angel, I don't know why we got 4 pages. So let me show you how to make this shorter. So with your experience, it should be much shorter. All right, so here we are. We're on angels. And with us being on angels, the first thing, Angel, you want to do is, these are some good certifications that relate, but I don't know why this needs to be there. So take that line out. It really doesn't bring you any value. Same like this one. Most people do these things together. So is that really necessary? No. Did you finish this doctoral degree or are you just working on it? Cool. Just wondering there. So good job on doing that. You won't catch me there. But this teaching experience, this leadership experience and all that, take that out. Now we're gonna skip on over your HR generalist experience because we do need that shorter, but I want to see how we can make that shorter. Now, because you worked at both of these in the same year, oh, you're still doing this concurrently. So yeah, so I would take both of these jobs out and just move this one up because you're still doing that presently. All right, when we go back here, I mean, you can leave this if you're super duper excited about it, especially like the Honor Society one and stuff like that. But when you say Human Resources Association, then SHRM, is it national or local? So I would probably just put it, put a little bit more identifying onto it. Lay organization, you in the AME church. Make me think of Lay. But here, if you're not linking these where they can go directly to them, so they're not like publicly available, I wouldn't put them in there unless you have them saved in a Google Drive where anybody with the link can access it. I would take those out, right? So either link them or take them out. Because like the employee morale one, the career and all of that, those are good ones to have. But you're telling me you did them, I want to see them, particularly hiring managers. HR, not so much, but them damn hiring managers, oh, they click them links all day. So see if you can link those to like a shareable doc on your Google Drive where anybody can just link, click that link. All of this right here, I take out. All of that is well over. So you want to go back to 2012. Okay. So I would take this all the way down, out. Oh, and I like some of your work. You really give from the heart, for real. So yeah, I would take all of that out. I would link these. I would only leave the ones that related to HR. I personally would take all of that out because what I want folks to focus on is my HR generalist experience and your teaching here, right? So yeah, you got that as 3 bullet points, good. I will move the city and town here, your date here, and make that one line going straight across. Just make it smaller so that it doesn't take up all that space. Same thing for these. You wasting space with all of that. Now I will pull these further up to manage the overall talent acquisition process to include personnel requisitions, jobs. So for this first one, I would just say manage talent acquisition process on full cycle talent acquisition process from beginning to end. I would say I would take this out because now you make yourself look more like a recruiter. So do you want to work? Because I did this too, right? My job a couple of years ago, I worked as a generalist. I was doing all of that damn recruiting work. So do you want to look like a recruiter or do you want to look like a generalist? So make up your mind which one you want to look at. Because if that's the case, then you want to say you manage the full cycle recruiting process from beginning to end for however many employees you brought in over what period of time, and then just dump it there and stop. I would take out the recruiting events out because if I want to look like a generalist and I want to keep going into maybe being an HRBP or something like that, then I don't need all of that. So like, so I wouldn't say what I did in employee my life cycle. Make sure to check like Grammarly and see what those wiggly lines are because you got managers, you must an A there, but I would just put manage entire employee life cycle for X number of employees. We already know you're gonna do that. So take the line out. That's a gimme with the job. I would just and take that out. This line right here, take that out. Unless you're gonna say how you did this. Like if you're not gonna give full information, maintain employee records, insurance. That's a gimme with generalists, so you kind of don't need that either. This one right here. Oh Lord. That one right there. It's employees and groups. I would say manage entire benefit, complete benefits management for the entire organization. Yeah, so that goes with the same line I just said, so take that out. And I would say like how many benefit providers, how much did I reconcile? Earlier in the beginning of the call, I talked about that on the beginning of this live. So how did you develop the wellness program? Did they not have one before? So you want to say something like created a wellness program for this organization that assists in these wellness measures. So I would take that out. Yep, I take that out. So some of these things are gimmies. As generalists, that's what you're gonna do. You want to say how you impact the organization and made a change. So I already told you which jobs to take out. This whole right here, I would take that out too. Because with your experience of working as an HR generalist, you really kind of watered down that experience with all of this extra stuff. Because now I go through all of this and I'm like, gosh, she been all over the place. Don't get them that. Just let them see that you, and oh, she really want to work from the heart, and she probably want to work for a nonprofit, and that's not who we are. So like, take all of that out. So I would just literally have the HR generalist position, and then I would, it was the school one, right? The teaching one that you do, that you still do. So I would leave that one in there. All right, y'all. So I told y'all we were just gonna do one more, and then we're done. Cause me and Safay, we were Faye, that's what I'm calling. Me and Faye were emailing back and forth. So I really wanted to get to this for this person. Cause I told them that we should do that. So happy I did it too. You guys are gonna like this one. Is this all downloaded? Yep, because it's kind of show y'all what I'm talking about. Because ironically enough, tonight, a lot of y'all have resume formats that look similar. Yeah, I would, if that field relates to the job that you're applying to. So I see that it's in the same field. Talking to you, Julie. So Julie, if that associate's degree and bachelor's degree relate to the job that you're applying to, if it doesn't, I mean, I just don't think it's a bad idea to list them both. But if you don't have if it doesn't relate to what you're applying to, and you don't have a ton of experience for what you're applying to, then I put the most powerful woman, which is your bachelor's degree. Oh, Faye, you're next. That's irony. The Lord been looking out for you, literally next. That's crazy. You're like, hey, I hope you ain't going over mine yet. And normally I'd have been off this thing by 8 o'clock. Girl, we on 9 o'clock. We getting off here. You are right on time. You're welcome, Julie. You're welcome. Alrighty, so Trish, James, Faye, y'all with all these aliases, I don't even know who I'm talking to no more. So that's what we about to do. We about to dive into yours right now. Ready? Yep, I'm ready. I think this is so ironic that you like jump on here at the same time. I really like the way this makes me feel from first impression. I just like it. It is making me excited to read it. And that's what you guys want to do. It sounds crazy, but that's just what you do. I'm guessing the second page was just you like running over right here. So let me take a peek really quick and see. Entry-level HR position. Okay, cool. Ah, damn. God damn. Let me stop sharing until I get my life together. So you want to do an entry-level HR position. God damn, I didn't mean to do that. Y'all keep coming at me with these admissions recruiters. So y'all just want to work in colleges? Because if you don't want to just work in a college, but that's where you've been, then just put recruiter, talent acquisition specialist, so you can open yourself up for anybody who's trying to recruit people. You know, you don't have to just leave it as admissions, unless you're looking for somebody that's trying to recruit early staff, like staff that are just fresh out of college or high school, or like some type of tech school. Otherwise, just put recruiter / talent acquisition specialist. I like that summary. Look at that. It's long and it don't even feel long. I like that. Because you didn't spread that out there. Y'all see how she just put like a hint of a color back there. Now there's some white space you probably could use, but you were so creative with using your space that I don't think you did anything wrong. Areas of expertise, team leadership, training, strategic planning, documenting. Okay, professional experience, admission, exceptional, excellent call strategy for creating potential students. I would take call out and just put excellent strategy for recruiting potential students and establishing a rapport to convert them into a role. Mhm. Um, yep, I like that. Improve student performance to attain their desired goals by collaborating with several departments, achieving KPIs such as monthly enrollment. Oh, look at that. Perfection. Tier 4 customer service representatives, tier. Hmm. So you know what? If you want to keep working in recruitment, I would take the Victoria's Secret out and I would look at ways of adding more bullet points to this admissions recruiter, right? Because you kind of go into other areas here. And what you could do is on this side, you can put technical skills and you can put places like omni-channel, Salesforce, Quick Start, and like list out those systems you work with, those CRMs and stuff, those client management systems too, and CMSs. So I like put those here because people will see that you have that tech acumen. And then, you know, if you ever use like Zoom, Google Meet, Teams, all that kind of stuff, put all of that over here. So use that white space the same way you did with this side over here, with how you got this whole column going. Just put like technical skills and start listing out those different little softwares you've used. And then think of some ones that you don't have in here. Obviously, you must be know how to use like Word because this looks like Microsoft Word or whatever system you use to create this. I dumped that in there. Other than that, this looks really good, Faye. You did a good job on that. You did a good job on that. All right, y'all must have been going to sleep on me. Tiara, she just did that to protect like her college so that nobody would know where she went at. So in the email, I don't know if you're on my email list here, but I normally send out the email and tell them redact any information that they don't want the public to know since it's on the World Wide Web. So I'm pretty sure she just put XXX to make sure that someone didn't get like her personal information, like a hacker or something. Cool. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna give y'all 3 more quick reminders for y'all who hung in with me this on. But before I can even do that, I almost feel like how I say my videos. Y'all, I thank y'all so much. I really like, and y'all can see that this is real because I mean, I'm tired as ever, already been drinking, exhausted as ever, and I'm still about to say the same line. For those of you who are new, I really appreciate y'all being here because, like, seriously, that tells me that whatever I'm doing is good. Like, it's attracting more and more people. It must be working in some way or another. But for those of y'all who keep on coming back and hanging with your girl, like seriously, man, I really, really appreciate it because obviously I'm bringing y'all some type of value. You know, I'm an empty nester. My daughter is gone. It's just me and my dog. My dog's sleeping most of the time. You know, I got my close circle of people that I talk to, but they're amazing people who work on amazing things. So sometimes you can be in the house by yourself and really get into your own head and be like, well, maybe I should just stop doing that. They don't really care about that. That ain't really helping. And so when y'all keep showing up, y'all keep watching these videos, y'all keep submitting your resumes, y'all keep jumping on the email list, hitting it into the chat, then that tells me like, oh no, Mika, you were wrong. Like you helping somebody in some way. So I'm serious when I say it on videos, but I say it quick because it's a video. I don't anticipate saying too much on those, but I want y'all to see real talk. Like that means so much to me. Like I told y'all at the beginning of this whole live, I'm working in God's purpose. This ain't nothing I ever imagine, nothing I ever want to do. I mean, hell, sometimes I got to motivate myself to keep going because it's just not where I want to be. I just want to work for a corporation doing human resources for the rest of my career. Like I'm absolutely okay with that. And so y'all coming back and giving me information back tells me that we in the right space. Yeah. Yes, Julie, you got it. So y'all don't forget that if you're on this thing, you just jump on late and you're like, dang, how do these people get their resumes reviewed? Then it's literally because they're on my email list. So go to HR.com. There's several places all over the site where you can join my email list, join in, and I'll send you the schedule about that. Feel free, y'all, to share these emails with your folks. If you're like, damn, I hit a little jewel right here that can help somebody. So need to know about this. So been just complaining about their job. So just saying they use their resume and they ain't get nowhere. Or so trying to start their career in HR, whatever. forward those emails out to them. So, and tell them, hey, just send me an email back saying they want to join onto the email list or go to the website. But forward those emails, help out your friend. You know, if you got a work bestie, whatever. But I already told y'all about the website at the beginning of this call. I keep saying call because y'all know I work in the tech industry. That's what we do. Everything is a call. But y'all know I talked about my website at the beginning of being on here. So y'all check it out. Y'all, I have been doing so much work with a goddamn website, but I've been doing it because I really want to see that you guys are being served in some type of way or another. So while I close out this thing real quick, I'll just show it to you real quick again, but I made some changes to the site. Like I told y'all, I believe in listening to these folks that really came a long, long way and taught us a whole lot. So the site is a little bit different, a little bit easier to consume. I have some freebies on there for you guys. So feel free to dive in and grab those freebies. So it tells you a step-by-step guide how to start your human resources career and how to get more money. And if you're trying to start on that HR certification. But the biggest thing I'm most proud of is not just that. The biggest thing your girl is super proud of, because I'm not going to go through each part of the site like I did earlier, is I literally just put in a blog section. So I do have videos, but I'm a writer at heart. I don't know how I got in that space, but I like writing. And so I have 3 blogs on my website so far. So dive into them. There's tons of resources to other places that can give you so much more. If you have to work and you can't really listen to a video because you like, listen, I ain't got no earbuds, so the people gonna know I'm listening, then read these blogs, share them out with some folks. I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing this for y'all. So please help me out with that. The last thing, I already had to chew y'all out at the beginning. Y'all ain't gonna make me get in my feelings again. But if I reviewed your resume tonight, you're gonna get an email in a week or 2. Click on that link and complete that survey. I'm literally doing this whole thing for free for you guys, but it costs me money. Other professionals are in my ear like, Tamika, why are you doing that for free, girl? That you should be charging. I ain't doing it to you, but y'all gonna make me stop it. It's gonna stop if y'all don't complete these resume reviews. Yeah, I'm gonna sound like a bully and I'm gonna beat y'all up. And if this is too harsh for you, maybe you're not my target audience persona, and maybe you know this relationship with us isn't gonna work. Because I'm a realist and I expect somebody to get in my behind when I don't do right. So I'm getting in y'all behind because y'all get these good resume reviews. Oh man, I'm getting these interviews. Oh, I'm doing this. I need to gather it all in one spot. So look out for that email. Please respond to that email for me. I need that data to be able to make things better for you guys. And if I'm not getting any feedback, then I feel like I'm wasting money. Zoom is an expense for me. Having all these systems in place, I paid money for all of these. For a long time, I managed HR out of my pocket. Now that HR is managing its own expenses, I need to know that it can continue to do that. And one way that I feel gratitude is when I see them that HR is paying for resources that are being used. And this resume reviews are great. I love doing them. I know I'm helping you guys. Like, I just know I am. And so out of that, I just need to do one favor. Look for an email in a week or 2 and click that button and hit that survey. All right, y'all. So your girl going to get some sleep. She's tired as ever. I hope y'all have a great night. I really enjoyed spending the last couple hours with y'all. And for the last 3 that submitted, we're going to make sure to have those on the next round. And if you guys know anybody else that needs some help, let them know. But until then, I don't even know what else to say. Look out for some emails. We got some great things going on. I have some more launches. We're going to create a training manual on all HR positions. Y'all going to get that. We're going to create some resume templates with a tons of extra information to tell you how to do it. We're going to have some amazing guests next month. So we're going live a lot more often. And so look out for my schedule, jump on the email list, and just know that, I'm here for y'all. Tell me how I can help you. Thank you so much. Y'all, I can't wait to see y'all on the next video, the next live. Have a drink or 2 with you, whatever we need to do. Y'all have a good night.